Good morning, students. I'm Katyani, lecturer in Electronics and Communications, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. Now we'll discuss the session 3 of Unit 6, that is frequency modulation and demodulation. The course is Analog Communication of 3rd semester diploma and the course code is 15EC33T. And the program is Electronics and Communications. So what have we discussed in the previous session? In the previous session, we had discussed the mathematical representation of FM, modulation index, frequency deviation, deviation ratio, relation between modulation index and frequency deviation. So, an FM wave can be mathematically represented as V is equals to Vc into sine of omega c into t plus mf modulation index mf into sine of omega m into t, where Wc, that is omega c and omega m, are the angular frequency of the carrier and the message signal respectively, and mf is the modulation index of the FM signal and Vc is the amplitude of the carrier signal. And we had also discussed the modulation index. So modulation index is the ratio of modulation index in FM signal is mf is equals to ratio of frequency deviation to the modulating frequency. And we have also discussed the frequency deviation. The frequency deviation is nothing but, so that is delta F frequency deviation is nothing but how the carrier frequency deviates from the center frequency. That is, the FM signal deviates from the center frequency. It may either increase or decrease. So the frequency deviation is equals to Kf frequency sensitivity Vm by 2 pi. That is the frequency deviation. And we have also discussed the deviation ratio. So deviation ratio is dr is equals to maximum frequency deviation to the maximum modulating frequency. So this is frequency deviation. And what is the relationship between the modulation index and the frequency deviation? So the modulation index and frequency deviation are directly proportional. So these are the definitions that we have discussed in the previous session. So in this session, we shall discuss the spectrum and bandwidth of FM, Corson's rules for bandwidth, varactor diode method of generating FM. The spectrum of FM consists of a carrier with infinite number of sidebands on either side of the carrier at integral multiples of the modulating frequency. Now, if we consider a narrowband FM, it may have a carrier and two sidebands on either side of the carrier that are spaced at the modulating frequency FM. If we increase the modulation index, then we can have another set of sidebands that are generated on either side of the carrier frequency, and that is spaced at a frequency of 2 times of FM. Similarly, if we increase the modulation index further, we can have the more number of sidebands. And it can also be observed that the levels of these signals is different at different modulation index. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ FM signal ದ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, along with it infinite number of sidebands will be present. ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ FM ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ at a frequency of FM, that is modulating frequency. Similarly, If we increase ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 2 ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸಬಹುದು. So the side bands will be additional side bands will be spaced at a distance of 2 times of FM. And now observe ಮಾಡಬಹುದು amplitude, that is the levels of these signals may not be same at the different modulation index. It varies. So ನಮ್ಮ FM spectrum will have infinite number of side bands and a carrier component. This is the spectrum of FM. Now if we go with the bandwidth of FM, so since the FM signal has infinite number of side frequencies, the bandwidth required for transmission of such signal is infinite. Bandwidth kuda infinite agutte. So hence, so the Carson has come up with a formula that he approximates the bandwidth necessary to transmit an angle modulated by wave by twice the sum of frequency deviation and the highest modulating signal frequency. So according to the Carson's rule, bandwidth is not infinite. Bandwidth is equals to 2 times of delta f, plus delta f is frequency deviation, and plus 2 times of FM, that is highest modulating signal frequency. Now if we take the delta f common, then we have 1 plus FM by delta f. We know that modulation index is equals to ratio of frequency deviation by modulating frequency, and hence it is substituting the value of mf, we have 2 times bandwidth is equal to 2 times of delta f into 1 plus 1 by mf. If mf is large, then bandwidth will be equals to 2 times of delta f, and if mf is small, then bandwidth is equals to 2 times of fm. So this is the Carson's rule. Carson rule ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಆಗಿ strictly speaking, in case of frequency modulated signal, the bandwidth is infinite. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it has infinite number of side bands. So for the transmission of such signal, we require infinite bandwidth. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ Carson will set up a rule where the bandwidth will be equals to twice the sum of frequency deviation and the highest modulating frequency. So according to this Carson's rule, 98% of total power will be within this bandwidth, and 2% of the power may be lost in the sidebands. Next we'll go with varactor diode method of generating FM. So varactor diode method of generating FM is a direct method of generating the FM. Andre, so here the carrier frequency of the frequency of the carrier can be changed or varied directly with the amplitude of the modulating signal. So hence this method of generating FM is direct method. And the varactor diode is a semiconductor diode whose junction capacitance varies with the applied voltage when the diode is reverse biased. So we can see the setup of varactor diode method for generating FM. So now this varactor diode is reverse biased by the negative bias voltage, that is minus VB. And this is in series with the audio frequency, that is modulating frequency AF voltage is in series with the reverse bias voltage. Hence, the varactor diode is applied with the changes in the voltage of the amplitude signal, that is audio frequency signal. So hence the junction capacitance of this varactor diode changes. Since the local oscillator is connected in parallel with the varactor diode, the changes in the junction capacitance of the varactor diode causes changes in the frequency of the oscillator. So hence we can generate an FM signal. Changes in the amplitude of the AF signal, audio frequency signal, causes a changes in the junction capacitance of the varactor diode. This in turn causes changes in the frequency of the oscillator. Hence we are obtaining the frequency modulating signal. And we have an RF, radio frequency choke, RFC. So this is used to apply the negative bias, DC bias and the audio frequency signal to the varactor diode, and it provides a highest resistance at the highest oscillating frequency, and therefore it isolates the oscillator from the DC bias and the input audio signal. So this varactor diode is a direct method of FM generation, as the amplitude of the changes in the amplitude of the audio signal causes the frequency of the generated FM to be changed. Hence, this is a direct method of FM generation. So what are the highlights of this session? So we can observe that the spectrum of an FM signal consists of a carrier signal plus infinite number of sidebands. And according to the Corson's rule, the bandwidth for transmission bandwidth can be limited to 2 times of delta F plus 2 times of FM. And we have discussed the varactor diode method of generating FM, which is nothing but the direct method of FM generation, as the frequency of the carrier is varied in accordance with the modulating signal. Now we'll go with the MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. First one, the ideal bandwidth of FM signal is option A infinite, option B 2 times of FM plus delta F, option C 0, option D none of the above. Yes, the ideal bandwidth of an FM signal is, yes, it is infinite. Option A is the correct answer, because the ideal bandwidth FM signal has a carrier along with infinite number of sidebands. Hence, for such transmission of such signals, we require bandwidth as infinite. But using Corson's rule, we will limit the transmission bandwidth to 2 times of FM plus delta F. But ideal bandwidth is infinite. Option A is the correct answer. Second question. The Corson's rule state the approximate bandwidth necessary to transmit an angle modulated wave is given as option A highest modulating signal frequency, option B twice the frequency deviation, option C twice the sum of frequency deviation and the highest modulating signal frequency, option D none of the above. Yes, Corson's rule will state the transmission bandwidth. So that is nothing but twice the sum of frequency deviation and the highest modulating signal frequency, that is delta F plus FM, 2 times of delta F plus FM. So option C is the correct answer. Third question. According to the Corson's rule, the percentage of power in the bandwidth of 2 times of delta F plus FM is approximated to option A 50%, option B 98%, option C 89%, option D none of the above. Yes. So actually again the transmission infinite will be the transmission bandwidth of a FM signal, but Corson will state that so transmission bandwidth can be limited to 2 times of delta F plus FM, as the maximum power, that is 98% of power, will be within that bandwidth. So hence option B is the correct answer, that is 98%. Fourth question. Increasing modulating frequency, the modulation index of FM signal. So increasing the modulating frequency, the modulation index of FM signal. So the answer is option B, decreases. So how? Since the modulation index, we know that the modulation index MF is nothing but MF is equals to delta F by FM. Okay. So increasing the modulating frequency, the modulation index. So increasing the modulating frequency and the modulation index of the signal, because modulation index and the frequency of the FM signal are indirectly proportional. So hence, increasing the modulating frequency, the modulation of index of the FM signal decreases. Option B is the correct answer. Fifth one, the bandwidth of frequency modulated signal varies with frequency deviation, modulation index, amplitude of the message signal. Select the correct solution using the codes given below. Option A 1 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D 1, 2 and 3. The bandwidth of FM signal varies with, so bandwidth ಏನೇಂದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ವೇರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, frequency deviation. ಹೌದು, bandwidth ವೇರಿ ಆದರೆ frequency deviation ಸಹ ವೇರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So modulation index ವೇರಿ ಆದರೆ bandwidth ಸಹ ವೇರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So bandwidth is also dependent on amplitude of the message signal. So option D is the correct answer, that is 1, 2 and 3. So bandwidth is dependent on all these three components: amplitude of the message signal, modulation index and frequency deviation. Next, in frequency modulation process, increasing modulating frequency na increase madidre what happens? First one, reduces the number of sidebands with significant amplitude. Second one, reduces modulation index. Third one, reduces bandwidth. Select the correct solution using the codes given below. Option A 1 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D 1, 2 and 3. So in frequency modulation process, increasing the modulating frequency na ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Yes, it reduces the number of sidebands with significant amplitude. ಮತ್ತೆ yes, it reduces the modulation index ಸಹ reduce ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And this in turn reduces the bandwidth. So hence option D is the correct answer. 1, 2 and 3, all three are correct. Option D is the correct answer. Seventh one, a varactor diode is a semiconductor diode whose junction capacitance varies linearly with dash when reverse biased. Option A applied voltage, option A applied current, option B applied voltage, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. Yes, a varactor diode is a semiconductor diode whose junction capacitance varies linearly with the applied voltage when reverse biased. Yes, option B is the correct answer, applied voltage. Eighth one, the RFC will offer high impedance at option A high oscillating frequency, option B low oscillating frequency, option C for any frequency, option D none of the above. Yes, the RFC will offer high impedance at high oscillating frequency. Option A is the correct answer. Why high oscillating frequency? Yes, so it offers therefore the RFC will isolate the oscillator from the DC bias and the audio signal. So RFC will offer high impedance at high oscillating frequency. Ninth one, the varactor diode method of generation of FM is option A direct method, option B indirect method, option C falls under both direct and indirect method, option D none of the above. Yes, the varactor diode method of generation of FM is direct method of generating the FM because the frequency of the carrier is varied directly in accordance with the amplitude of the information signal. Hence, it is a direct method of FM generation. 10th one, the key feature of varactor diode is that it exhibits option A fixed capacitance, option B variable capacitance, option C variable resistance, option D fixed resistance. Yes, the varactor diode is a semiconductor diode whose junction capacitance varies with the applied voltage when it is reverse biased. So hence it provides a variable capacitance. Option B is the correct answer. So these are the solutions for the MCQs. And descriptive, what are the descriptive questions that may be asked from the session? So explain varactor diode method of generating FM. Yes, so we know that varactor diode method is a direct method of generating FM, where the carrier frequency is varied in accordance with the amplitude of the information signal directly. And the second one is, what is the ideal bandwidth of FM? And state Carson's rule for bandwidth of FM. That is, we will give the spectrum of FM where it has infinite number of sidewaves. So hence, for the transmission, we require finite bandwidth. Hence, Carson rule has stated bandwidth is equals to 2 times of delta F plus FM. And thank you.